make sure that you write that assignment because today is only the due date. I didn't change the due date. Today only the due date. So please make sure that you all finish it in the right time. Okay. Today at any cost you finish that and submit it. Okay. Is it clear? Anybody want me to
Yes, ma'am.
change the due date? Do you want little more time? Will you all submit it today? Krutika? Krutika? Krutika, are you there? Krutika? Okay, fine. Okay, so if people are not responding, so like I'm assuming that you all will be able to submit it today, so I'll not change any due date. Okay, fine. Let me just start my class. So in the last class, I have explained you like what are the different types of receivers you have and what is coherent receiver and what is non-coherent receiver, and we'll be using the match filter in the non-coherent receiver mainly with the envelope detector. Okay, the reason behind that is like even if there is some phase change in the received signal. See here, this x of t, this x of t is nothing but the received signal. Okay, so sometimes what happens, the s1 of t, whatever we are transmitting, it may also undergo the phase change. Okay, phase change in the sense like, see, I'm transmitting s1 of t. Let me consider it is root 2 e b by tb cos 2 pi f ct. This should be transmitted. Okay, so along with that, there may be some phase change may also happen. Okay, because of the channel or whatever noise or whatever might be the reason. Okay, maybe because of that there may be some phase shift. One second. There may be from some phase shift in the output received signal. Okay, so here I have just taken two examples where I have no phase shift and where I have phase shift. Okay, so if I consider the waveform received signal, then what happens, it will be when I have phase shift, the amplitude what I'm getting is different, and when I don't have the phase shift, whatever amplitude I'm getting when I'm sampling at t is equal to tv or t, whatever it might be, at that position the amplitude is positive and there is no phase change. When there is a phase change, I have got the amplitude change. Okay, inverted amplitude. Okay, so in order to avoid this, what we are doing, we are using the envelope detector. Okay, so masked filter along with envelope detector and then the sampling the sample, this will give with this is set to the non-coherent detection of non-coherent detection using your envelope detectors. Okay, using a match filter as well as envelope detector. Okay, so now we'll go with the applications like specifically BFSK. Okay, binary phase shift keying. As I've already mentioned, the generation will remain same. Okay, however you have generated in the coherent detection, because coherent and non-coherent will come into the picture only at the receiver point. Okay, so generation will remain same. Anyway, let us see the generation which we have already seen. Okay, generation in the sense, as I've already shown you the waveform, I will directly draw the FSK signal. So when I have 1, I'll have the signal with high frequency, and when I have a 0, I'll have the signal with low frequency. This is how our FSK signal was. Okay, so it means that when I have it is nothing but initial classes, if you just recall, it is nothing but ASK ASK by just taking this signal, the high frequency signal when it is 1, and no signal to when it is 0, and again high signal when it is 1. Okay, so this is one ASK signal, and then the other ASK signal. Here I need to get I should get the signal when I have a 0, and I should not get a signal when there is 1. Okay, so until here no signal, and when I have a 0, I need to transfer the low frequency signal. Okay, and again when I have 1, there should not be any signal. Okay, so that is what your ASK signal. Okay, this is the inverted ASK and this is a normal ASK. When you add these two, I'll get FSK signal. Okay, so let me just draw it again. Whatever we have drawn before, the same thing I'm drawing again. Binary data, and here as you can see, I'm using two carriers, one with high frequency and the other one with low frequency. So I'll have two product modulators, okay, where 2 by 3 2 by t 2 by tb cos 2 pi fct, okay, and the other one is one more product modulator. Okay, but here I should give inverter. I should use inverter because the second waveform it has to provide me the signal only when I have 0, not when I have 1. Okay, so that is the reason here the product modulator, sorry, I have to give the inverter first. First I need to use the inverter. See, this is not new for you. It is, you people have already learned this inverter. We have to use inverter here, and then I will give it to the product modulator. Here again it is root 2 by TB. This is F1 of t and this is 2 by TB cos 2 pi F2 TB, F2t. Okay, so now I'll get two signals and I need to add both of them. Okay, both of them, so that it will give me BFSK signal, which is denoted with S of t or Si of t, whatever it may be. Okay, so okay, binary data should be given to on off signaling. Okay, because I need to get the amplitude root EB like that I need to get, right? So let me just give it to the on off signaling scheme, on off encoder, on off encoder, which will convert your analog digital signal to analog signal. This is binary data. So this is the BFSK generator. Okay, so this you've already seen. I've explained you very clearly. Now I went a little fast. Okay, but otherwise when I did your BFSK, I have explained you by taking two waveforms like this and all. Okay, so S1 of t is nothing but I need to get to root 2 EB by TB cos 2 pi F1t. This is for symbol 1. Symbol 1, and for symbol 0 here S2 of t is nothing but root 2 EB by TB cos 2 pi F2t. This is for symbol 0. Symbol 0, and where F1 is greater than F2. Okay, and this is like here my M value is 2. M value is 2 in the sense K is equal to 1. Okay, so only one bit will be transmitted. Okay, so that is the reason I'll write the time period as 0 less than or equal to t less than or equal to tb. Here also 0 less than or equal to t less than or equal to tb. Bit duration and the symbol duration is same here. Okay, so this is a generation. Okay, coming to the non-coherent detection. Non-coherent detection of, so all this whatever I'm doing is very important for the sake of your external as well as for your internal. Okay, non-coherent detection of BFSK. Okay, so here non-coherent detection, since it is non-coherent detection, I need to use masked filter, not correlator, not the product modulator where I'll be using the same phi1. Here whatever phi1 and phi2 I've used, this is nothing but my phi1 of t. This is nothing but my phi2 of t, right? So phi2 of t. So in the non-coherent detection, I should not use this carriers. Okay, so without carriers, I need to generate it. Okay, so for that reason, what I'll do, I have to use a masked filter. Okay, so in the second module, I have shown you the correlator output and the masked filter output will be same. Okay, so that is the reason what we'll do, we will take the masked filter here. So, and here since I have two carriers, I'll be using two masked filters. Okay, the first masked filter, this is filter which is masked to filter masked to cos 2 pi f1t, and this is the filter masked to cos 2 pi f2t. Okay, here I'm not directly taking cos 2 pi f1t cos 2 pi f2t. Here I'm matching it, matched filter. You can just recall, we have taken in the matched filter receiver. Okay, matched filter receiver we have studied. Okay, so there how we were matching it to pi t capital T minus t. In the same way, here we are matching to this signal. Okay, so this is what the mass filter, and then I need to use the envelope detector because I'm using the envelope detector to avoid the phase change. So just by taking the envelope detector, which will just take the envelope of the signal. Okay, so this is the envelope of the signal. So this envelope detector, what it will do, it will detect this envelope. Okay, the signal's envelope, whatever received signal is there, no, that signal's envelope it will take. Okay, not the signal. Okay, it will detect the envelope. Okay, envelope detector. In the lower part also I'll have envelope detector. Okay, then after that I'll sample it so that I'll get the amplitude. Okay, T is equal to TB. So the same thing, whatever here I've just shown you for example. So at T is equal to TB, I'll get the maximum peak value. So that I have to sample here. Okay, so at T is equal to TB, we need to sample. Okay, so that I'll get two amplitudes, one from here and one from here. Okay, now here I'll use a comparison device. Okay, comparison device I'll use, and if L1 is greater than L2, I will choose a symbol 1. If L1 is less than L2, I'll choose as 0. Okay, the reason for when L1 is greater than L2 I'm choosing as 1 is, so this filter is matched to cos 2 pi f1t. Okay, so since I'm matching this to cos 2 pi f1t, so as you know, symbol 1 is represented with cos 2 pi f1t. Okay, so that is the reason. If L1 is greater than L2, then I'll take symbol 1. If L1 is less than L2, I'll take symbol 0. Okay, so this is the non-coherent detection of your BFSK. Okay, so again here you need not study the average probability of error, but you, as I've already mentioned, you need to remember that formula. Okay, so average probability of error, this derivation is not required. So wherever I have given you the direct equations, you need to know those equations, you need to remember those equations. Okay, average probability of error for non-coherent detection of BFSK. Okay, so the equation is given by P, probability of error, which is equal to half exponential minus EB by 2n naught. Here you need not derive this, you can directly remember this. You need to remember this formula. Okay, hope this is all related to the BFSK signal. Okay, so anybody has got any doubts, you can ask me quickly. Is it clear to all of you? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So this is what in the exam they may ask you, explain BFSK generation and non-coherent detection of BFSK. In that case, you need to explain this generation and you need to explain this non-coherent detection. Until and unless they specify non-coherent, don't go for non-coherent. Okay, they'll definitely specify non-coherent word or coherent word. Coherent in the sense whatever we have studied before. Okay, BFSK using the correlation receiver. That's what we were using 5.1, 5.2 in the detection, no? BFSK detection. Okay, that you need to explain. Okay, then you'll have the integrator. Okay, so this circuit you need to take. Okay, but when it comes to the non-coherent version, you need to go with the mass filter and the envelope detector. Okay, for BFSK. Okay, hope this is clear to all of you. Right? Is this clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine. Now let me just go with the BFSK. Sorry, see, in the last class, I've told you that there are two different types of non-coherent detections that we'll be studying. One is BFSK and the other one is DPSK. Okay, and I told that there is some problem with the binary PSK. We will not be able to use non-coherent detection. I'll tell you the reason behind that. Okay, so we'll go with the non-coherent detection of BPSK. Sorry, DPSK. Okay. The next topic and the last topic of this module, that is non-coherent detection of binary phase shift keying. Okay. So here what happens is non-coherent in the sense what we'll do, we will not be, see, non-coherent. Let me just first explain the problems with non-coherent BPSK, non-coherent BPSK. Generation will remain same. Okay, as I mentioned, generation will remain same in case of BPSK. Okay, or BFSK, BPSK, whatever it is, generation will remain same. Okay, the detection will be at the receiver part. Okay, so here as I mentioned, you can either go with coherent or you can go with non-coherent. So whatever I am explaining you right now, it is non-coherent BPSK. Okay, but non-coherent BPSK, there are some problems. Okay, so first let me just summarize those problems and then we'll go with the DPSK. Okay, so DPSK is said to be the non-coherent version of BPSK. Okay, we will not be able to retrieve the signal using BPSK. The only option we have is we will go with DPSK. Okay, so first, before going to DPSK, we will just analyze what problems we'll have with respect to BPSK non-coherent detection. Okay, hope you people are following. See, I will not be asking you again and again whether you are understanding or not because of lack of time. So if you people are getting any doubt anywhere, please let me know. Okay, so non-coherent detection. Non-coherent detection in the sense you have to either use mask filter with envelope detector or mask filter along with that squarer, root, all that. Okay, the second or the third circuit. Where is that? Here, the second circuit or the third circuit. Among this I need to take one. Okay, so what happens here is, see, if you just recall with the BPSK, see here, the second circuit will square it, in the third circuit will take the envelope. Okay, so what happens with the BPSK when we are when we are going with the non-coherent version is, see, let me just draw the non-coherent receiver for BPSK, non-coherent BPSK. Let me just iterate this and I'll tell you what problems we'll have with this non-coherent BPSK, so that we are going with DPSK. Okay, so this is what I will explain right now. Okay, so here what we'll do, x of t will be there. We'll just give it to the band pass filter. Okay, the reason for giving passing the signal through the band pass filter is this band pass filter. Okay, so the from the name it implies that it will allow only some frequency band. Okay, only some certain frequency range it will allow, and rest all frequencies it will not allow. Okay, so here we have to use a band pass filter such that it will filter the noise signal. Okay, so now what I'm doing, I'm giving, this is how it will be generated. Instead of using phi 1 and phi 2, what we'll do is we will delay the signal. See, whatever input we are getting. Okay, so x of t, in case of your BPSK, it will be like, it will be root 2 EB by TB cos 2 pi FCT, cos 2 pi FCT, if it is symbol 1, and root EB, maybe you will have some noise also, leave about noise. Okay, so because I'm using some band pass filter, so let me assume that this noise is eliminated. Okay, this is for symbol 1. For symbol 0, it will be minus root 2 EB by TB cos 2 pi FCT plus W of t. Okay, as I mentioned, you just don't worry about the noise of in the present analysis. Okay, so here what I'm doing, first I'm sending the receive bit, and then I'm also delaying the same signal. So this signal I have. Okay, so let me consider. I have first with respect to binary information, one I have. Okay, so that will be given. Okay, and then the same thing I'm delaying, in the sense bi minus 1 I'm giving. Okay, so that I'm giving here. So delay, see bi in the sense it will corresponds to this this equation. Let me consider it is bi minus 1 is equal to 0. So this will corresponds to this signal. Okay, so here what I'm doing, I'm delaying it and I'm giving it. Okay, I'm delaying it by TB seconds. Okay, so TB seconds in the sense, so let me consider that I am transmitting 1011 like that. So if this is my BI bit, BI minus 1 will be the, okay, if this is my, okay, 1 second. If this is my BI bit, this will be my BI minus 1, in the sense the delayed version of this delayed version. Okay, so that is how I'm giving here. So this will be given to this um, product modulator or multiplier. Okay, to the multiplier I'm giving it. Okay, then what I'll do, I'll integrate it from 0 to t dt. Okay, here if you just observe, I'm not using phi 1 of t or phi 2 of t. Okay, I'm not using any carrier. Okay, but instead what I'm doing, I'm delaying the signal and I'm taking the signal. Okay, and then I'm giving it to the integrator, then sample it. Okay, so that I'll get L. Okay, and now I need to take the decision. Okay, so decision I need to take, so that I'll get output, the estimated output. Okay, and here how will be the output, let us see. Okay, so let me consider that the input data whatever I have transmitted, it is bi is nothing but b0 b1 b2 so on. This b0 b1 b2 so on, it can take, see this is at the transmitter end. Okay, just understand the concept properly. Okay, at the transmitter end, I'm transmitting bi is equal to b0 b1 b2 b3 so on. Okay, and this b0 b1 b2 b3 can be either a 0 or 1 0 or 1 like that. Okay, so this is what I'm transmitting. Okay, and you know that if bi is equal to 1, okay, bi is equal to 1, here s1 of t is nothing but root 2 eb by tb. The same thing whatever I've represented here, I'm writing again, cos 2 pi fct. And if bi is equal to 0, then your s2 of t is nothing but root 2 eb by tb, root to be minus root 2 eb by tb cos 2 pi fct, which is nothing but minus s1 of t only. Okay, so this is at the transmitter end. Okay, so if I'm transmitting 1, I'll get the output like this. If I'm transmitting 0, I'll get the output like this. Now what I'm doing here, instead of using the phi 1 phi 2 like the carriers, I'm delaying and I'm connecting it to this multiplier. Okay, so what happens here, so let me assume that this band pass filter is eliminating all the noise. Okay, now let me consider two cases. If bi is equal to bi minus 1, bi minus 1 is the delayed version, in the sense like say at the transmitter end, if I have 1 0 1 1, okay, so if this is my bi bit, bi minus 1 bit is its previous bit, that's what it means. Okay, come again, let me just explain you once again. See, if my present bit is this one, okay, so this is what is transmitted at the transmitter end. Okay, so if my present bit is this one, here bi minus 1 will be this one. Okay, now if you observe what I'm doing, I'm sending bi bit and bi minus 1 bit, because I'm delaying and I'm sending it. Okay, so if bi is equal to bi minus 1, okay, either it can be a 0, bi can be a 0 or a 1. Okay, so but what I'm assuming that both are same. The delayed bit, here I'm delaying, right? So the delayed bit and the actual sequence and the delayed sequence both are same. Okay, when both are same, output of this product modulator or the output of this multiplier will be equal to, because either it can be 0 0 0 0 in the sense that this will be squared, either it is 1 1, this will be squared. When you square it, you'll always get 2 EB by TB into cos square 2 pi FCT. This is what you're going to get. Now what I will do, this I'll give it to the integrator. So what this integrator will do, since I'm integrating it from 0 to TB, it will give me the peak value EB. EB will be obtained. EB will be the output here. Okay, so let me integrate and then sample it. The maximum value will be your EB. Okay, so your L value will be equal to EB. L value will be equal to EB. Okay, so if it is EB, okay, if it is EB, then I need to assume that the output is since they both are same, the output is 1. Okay, so BI and BI minus 1, BI equal to BI minus 1, then which also indicates that L, in this case L will be greater than 0. If L is greater than 0, we'll assume that the received bit is 1. Okay, now let me assume one more thing. What is that? BI, this is the first condition. Okay, so in this condition I'll get L is equal to EB, so I'll assume that the symbol is received symbol is 1. Okay, now if BI is not equal to BI minus 1, okay, BI is not equal to BI minus 1, then the output of the multiplier will be minus 2 EB by TB cos square 2 pi FCT, right? Because if BI is 0, BI minus 1 will be 1. If BI is 1, BI minus 1 is 0. Okay, so in this case what happens, these two will get multiplied. When these two will get multiplied, I will have negative value at the output. Okay, then integrate it and sample it. Your L value will be equal to minus root EB. Okay, minus root EB. Okay, since it is minus root EB, the decision will be taken in terms of symbol 0. Okay, but here what is happening is, if see here it is depending on BI minus 1, all that, right? BI minus 2, like that, because since I'm delaying it and I'm sending it. Okay, so what is happening? BI and BI minus 1. Okay, so if one bit is received wrongly, okay, so then the entire sequence, whatever we are estimating at the output, will be encoded wrongly. I'll come again. Here what you're doing, you're giving the original bit and you're giving the delayed bit. Okay, so the product modulator, based on this product modulator, this multiplier, then integrator, and then when you sample it T is equal to TB, I'm getting the L value. Okay, so this L value, whatever I'm getting, it is purely depending on this product multiplier inputs. Okay, so now what I am saying is, because of the noise or because of any other interferences, let me assume that this BI and BI minus 1, any one is wrongly received. Okay, then what happens? Everything, because every time this product modulator will take the present bit and the previous bit. Okay, so if one bit goes error, the entire bit will entire received signal, whatever we are estimating here, that will go wrong. Okay, in order to avoid this, we will go with the differential encoding scheme. Okay, so that is the reason we will not have non-coherent BPSK. Okay, so this, because of this problem, to eliminate this problem only, we'll go with the DPSK. Is it clear to all of you? Is it clear why I'm asking you here? Because in exam, I don't know, they may ask you what is the disadvantage of non-coherent BPSK. So in that case, you should be in the position to explain everything. Are you all following? Shall I explain it once again? Quickly tell me. I have got less time. Is it clear, or anybody want me to explain it once again? Quickly tell me, Ma. You didn't understand? Answer me. Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you people following? You want me to explain it once again? Tell me answer quickly. Srujan, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you understood?
Yeah, ma'am.
What you understood, can you please explain me? What is the problem with this non-coherent BPSK? Try. See, I'm not asking you to prove that you didn't understand. I just want to make sure that you people will follow. That is the only thing. Quickly. You want me to repeat once again? Quickly tell me. Srujan? Okay, I don't know. Since I'm not getting any answer from you people, like I will just repeat for my sake. Okay. Once again, I'll just repeat. So I've explained you what is coherent and non-coherent detection. Okay, non-coherent in the sense I should not use the carrier, whatever carrier I'm using at the transmitter, I should not use that carrier explicitly, like phi1 of t, phi2 of t, like that. I should not use in the non-coherent detection. This is what the first thing you need to note down. Okay, now let me consider that I have a transmitter. BPSK transmitter is like normal, whatever we have studied before. Okay, if you have a one, then the output will be root e to eb by tb cos 2 pi fct. Okay, corresponding to symbol 1. Okay, if you have a 0, then the modulated signal will be minus root 2 eb by tb cos 2 pi fct. See, BPSK, if you just recall the BPSK signal, how it will be? BPSK 101. Okay, so what will happen if I have if I have 1, the same signal will be transmitted. If I have a 0, there will be 180 degrees phase shift. Again 1, no phase shift. Again 0, there will be phase shift. This is how the phase shift will happen. BPSK. Okay, so maybe you have studied so many schemes, you are getting confused, I don't know, but BPSK is like it will introduce 180 degrees phase shift if you have a 0. If you have a 1, it will be in phase with the carrier. Okay, so now here what I have assumed, I am just explaining you the transmitter first. So transmitter, let me denote that input binary data as BI. BI can be anything like 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 1, something like that, or any random sequence. Okay, instead of taking the random sequence, I have just mentioned as B0, B1, B2, B3, like that, so on, like that. Okay, so now let me consider that I have BI is equal to 1. Okay, BI is equal to 1. This signal will be transmitted. Okay, so the transmitter, whatever transmitter I have, that transmitter is transmitting this S1 of t. Okay, and in the same way, if I have BI is equal to 0, if the bit sequence is 0, so it is S2 of t. S2 of t is nothing but minus root 2. If you observe this equation and this equation will be same, but only you'll have a negative sign. Negative sign indicates 180 degrees phase shift. Okay, so that is the reason I have written as minus S1 of t itself. Okay, so this is how the transmitter is transmitting. When I have symbol 1, this signal will be transmitted. When I have symbol 0, this signal is transmitted. Now, coming to the non-coherent detection of BPSK. Okay, so here if you observe, I'm receiving x of t. Okay, x of t is nothing but here S1 of t plus W of t. Okay, so here what I'm doing, I am assuming that I'm passing it through the band pass filter so that this noise will be eliminated. So whatever signal I'll have, it will be S1 of t only. Okay, so here if you observe, like it is directly given to the product modulator, and that is given directly to the product modulator. And one more to this multiplier, I have one more input also. That input is nothing but I'm delaying it by TB seconds. Okay, so what will happen here? I'll be continuously getting x of t. Okay, so x of t. So the here let me consider whatever I have transmitted. If it is in this way, 0 1 1 0 1. Okay, so this 1 is a present bit, this 0 is a previous bit. Okay, so this is my bi, this will be my bi minus 1. Okay, so what I'm doing here, instead of taking the additional carrier, what I'm doing, I'm delaying it in the sense whatever equation, x of t equation that corresponds to bi minus 1 will appear here. Okay, bi, let me take, if bi is 1, it means that I'll get the first equation s1 of t. If bi minus 1 is 0, then I'll get s minus s1 of t. Okay, so those two will get multiplied here. That is what I mean to say. Okay, so otherwise if this bi and bi minus 1 are same, if this is 1, and this is also 1, so s1 of t will get multiplied with s1 of t. That is what this delay implies. Okay, so here I have the multiplier. What I'm doing, I'm giving the original sequence and the delayed sequence to the multiplier. So multiplier, if the transmitted bit is bi, bi is equal to 1, then s1 of t will appear here. If bi minus 1 is 0, then the second equation minus s1 of t will appear here. So here I have taken the case when bi is equal to bi minus 1. So it can be, bi can be either 0 or bi can be either 0 or 1. Okay, if this is 0, even bi minus 1 is also 0 I'm considering. Or if bi is 1, bi minus 1 is also 1. So here what is happening, both are same. Okay, bi and bi minus 1 both are same. Both are same in the sense both will be s1 of t. Here also I'll have s1 of t, and here also I'll have s1 of t. So here I'll get as s1 square of t. Okay, s1 square of t is nothing but it is like where is it? 2 EB. When you multiply these two, okay, s1 of t into s1 of t square, this it will be 2 EB by TB cos square 2 pi FCT. Now what I'm doing, I'm next one is the integrator. So that output, whatever I'm getting from the multiplier, it is given to the integrator, and after integration I'm also sampling it. Okay, so sampled output I'm taking it as L. So when you take L, the value will be just EB. Okay, so when you integrate this from 0 to TB, and then you substitute T is equal to TB in the obtained equation, you'll get EB as a L value, output value. I'll come again. So if both are same, okay, bi and bi minus 1 are same, I'll get s1 square of t. S1 square of t is nothing but the input here is s1 square of t, which is nothing but s1 square of t is nothing but 2 EB by TB, 2 EB by TB cos 2 pi cos square 2 pi FCT. That will be the output here. And then what we are doing, we are integrating it from 0 to TB dt. Okay, then what we'll do, we'll get some value here. Okay, so then what you need to do, you need to substitute T is equal to TB, so that I'll get L value. So this L value will be just EB value. Okay, EB. Okay, so here I'm giving this EB to the decision device. Okay, so this decision device, if EB is obtained, in the sense if L value is greater than 0, okay, then it will take the symbol in favor of 1. Okay, in the same way, now let me consider that this and this are not equal. Not equal in the sense I'll get as minus s1 square of t. Okay, minus s1 square of t, if you integrate and then sample it, here L value will be equal to minus root EB. Okay, so since if it is minus root EB, if L value is less than minus root EB, it will take the decision in favor of symbol 0. Okay, so here what I'm telling you is, like, see here every time it is depending on bi and bi minus 1, bi and bi minus 1. Okay, since it is depending on bi and bi minus 1, every time you if any one bit is obtained wrongly. Okay, so if you just take this random sequence Okay, so first between these two I'm multiplying. Between these two, no, these two I'm multiplying. These two I'm multiplying. So what I'm telling is, if one bit is obtained wrongly, everything whatever I'll be getting at the output will be wrong. Okay, so that is what the disadvantage of non-coherent BPSK. So to overcome this non-coherent BPSK, so non-coherent BPSK is not until it's not advantageous. Okay, so because the error is getting propagated. Okay, so to avoid this propagation of error, we will not go with the non-coherent BPSK scheme. Instead, we'll go with the DPSK scheme. DPSK, differential phase shift keying. Differential phase shift keying. I think you people have this in lab also, right? Your lab is going on, right? Yes, your labs are going on.
Yes, ma'am.
What labs you have right now? What labs are going on? Which labs you have now?
The embedded system and digital communication.
Digital communication. So you people would have generated ASK, FSK, everything, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you would have seen how exactly you're getting the output and all. Okay. So in this advanced communication lab, it is nothing but the advanced communication lab. So in that you will also do the experiment related to differential phase shift keying. Differential phase shift keying, DPSK. So who is handling lab for you?
Santosh, sir.
Santosh sir. Huh?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So differential phase shift keying, DPSK. Okay. So here, what we'll do, instead of here, what we were doing, we were directly giving the signal to the product modulator. Okay. And one more thing is, you cannot use BPSK now. You need to have the DPSK generator, and as well as receiver, both should be there. Okay, DPSK generator should be there, and DPSK receiver should also be there. Okay, so we'll go with the coherent detection and non-coherent detection of DPSK. Okay, so first let us generate the DPSK signal. Okay, so differential phase shift keying. So what we'll do here is, see, since we are taking bi and bi minus 1, okay, since you are multiplying bi and bi minus 1 always, if there is any if any bit, any like the delayed version or the present version, anything you have any problem, then what happens is, you'll not be able to decode the signal in MCAP. Whatever you're getting, you'll not get the correct signal. Okay, so that is the reason what we are doing. We are using a special gate. Okay, so to employ the technique, we are using the special gate. Okay, so first we'll see the DPSK transmitter or DPSK generator. DPSK transmitter or DPSK generator. So in the BPSK, since you have the problem, you're going with the DPSK. Okay, so BPSK, non-coherent version of the BPSK will not be there. So that is the reason you need to go with the DPSK. So DPSK, based on the transmitter only, I'll be detecting the signal, right? So for that reason, I should have special DPSK transmitter and also the DPSK receiver. Okay, so first we are going with the DPSK transmitter. So here what you'll have is, here I'm getting the binary data. Once again, here I'm getting the binary data. I'll give it to the gate. Can anybody tell me which gate is this? Can anybody tell me which gate is this? Which gate is this? Which gate is this, ma?
XOR gate, ma'am.
XNOR gate. XNOR gate. Okay. So here I'm giving BI data. BI in this is like that is what the binary data 101101 whatever it might be. Okay. So that data I'm giving here. Okay. And then at the output, I'm not directly giving this data. Instead, what I'm doing, I'm delaying the output of this gate output. This gate output. Let me denote that gate. Let me denote that gate output as DI. DI is nothing but this gate output. Okay, now what I'm doing, I'm delaying this gate output and I'm giving it back to the XNOR gate only. So it is DI minus 1. Okay, so the output DI will be calculated as BI exclusive NOR. Exclusive NOR, it is like dot and circle, XNOR gate, XNOR operation with DI minus 1. Okay, so BI XNOR DI minus 1. Okay, so that is what the output of this particular part of the circuit. Now what I'll do, this one, whatever differential data, this data DI, whatever I'm getting DI, this is set to be the differential data. Okay, differential data, because why I'm taking this differential data, I've explained you here. If any bit goes in error, then yeah, the whatever data you're generating, whatever data you're detecting, it is not correct. Okay, so to avoid that, we are taking the additional gate here. Okay, and this gate will take the XNOR operation between the input binary data and the delayed version of this output. Okay, so you may ask a question, ma'am, initially what will be the data here? You can either assume 1 or 0. Okay, anything, this DI minus 1 can be either a 1 or 0. Okay, and then what we will do? Can anyone tell me the equation for this? Equation for this? A XNOR B. How will you write? How will you write this equation? General equation, ma. A XNOR B. A XNOR B. How will you represent? Anybody in the class? Prajwal? Prajwal? Purnima? Purnima, are you there? I don't know. I really don't know how many of you are still here. Kavya?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me the equation that represents A exclusive RB? AB plus A bar B bar? I don't know what you people are doing. Srujan? Hitesh?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't know that also?
I know.
Then why you're not answering? I should call each and every person's name and ask you.
No.
Then you're feeling so lazy to just unmute yourself?
Not like that.
Then see, really I'm telling you, I really don't have time also to scold you people. Okay, I'll write these equations down. So here I'm taking the differential data. Okay, DI is nothing but the differential data. Differential data. How it is working, I'll explain you. Okay, then it is given to the amplitude level shifter. Amplitude level shifter. Excuse me. Amplitude level shifter in the sense, if I have 1, it will give me output as root EB. If I have a 0, it will give output as minus root EB. That is what the amplitude shifter will do. And then I'll give it to the product modulator. So I'll get the, and I will multiply this with cos 2 pi FCT. Okay, cos 2 pi FCT, so that I'll get the DPSK signal. DPSK signal. So you may ask me, Mom, you're using cos 2 pi FCT. I can use, because this is a transmitter. At the receiver, I should not use this cos 2 pi FCT. Okay, so this is the diagram for your DPSK transmitter. Tomorrow I'll explain you it's working. Okay. And see, I don't know what work you people are doing. Exams are very much near, and you people are not. I don't know what is happening. Simple things also you're not able to answer. All of you, I want 100% concentration in my class. So tomorrow I'll explain you DPSK transmitter and as well as receiver. Okay, so you go through everything until today. If you people have got any doubts, please let me know. Okay, that's all for now. You people can leave the class. Prajwal?
Ma'am?
Prajwal, are you listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Then why you're not answering anything? Are you understanding?
I just got. Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Then why you're not replying anything, ma? Dipshi,
Yes, ma'am.
are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Then why you're not replying, ma? You're not following?
Following, ma'am.
Am I going fast? I really don't have the option of going little slow. Okay, because like I don't want to just show the notes and teach. I want to write each and everything and teach you. Okay, so because of that only, like I am already lagging with the time, because you people know from Monday your exams are starting, and still I didn't start your fourth module, the next module which I'm giving for exam. In spite of that, today I don't know, because these two questions, whatever I'm explaining right now, like it's very important for your exam. That's the reason, like I was asking you again and again. Okay, fine. That's all for now. Make sure that you write the assignment and submit it today itself, because I'm not, the due date is today night only. So make sure that you attempt the assignment and submit it. Everybody in the class. Purnima? She already left.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, mom. Teja?
Thank you.
Teja? Teja? Are you there, Teja? Oh, he left. Okay, fine. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll meet again.